So my name is Michael Romig. I'm the president of PG Fit, and I'm very excited that you could join us tonight. We're going to be talking about the 21-day habit challenge. And so I'm going to be going over the information for the next 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll open it up to any questions or comments that you have at the end. So the first thing that I want to do is define exactly what a habit is. So Merriam-Webster defines a habit as a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. It's also defined as an acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. And it's also defined as a behavior pattern acquired by frequent repetition or physiologic exposure that shows itself in regularity or increased facility of performance. Basically, a habit is something that's repeated over time and that eventually can become it's an action or behavior that's learned over time and that can eventually become a habit. So your habits will determine your future. Everybody that I know that has been successful at reaching their health and fitness goals has developed actions and behaviors that have become habits that have helped them they developed successful habits in order to help them reach their health and fitness goals. So, and research shows that right now, as many as 45% of the things you do each day are done out of habit. If you can, please make sure to put yourself on mute. But I would like to argue that about 95% of the things that you do, especially when it comes to your health and fitness, are automatic or habitual. So here are the 5 habits that we're going to ask you to focus on every day over the next 21 days. Colette, if you can, please put yourself on mute. I can't see everybody, so let me see if I can help you out here. So here are the 5 habits that we're going to focus on over the next 21 days. Number 1, you're going to exercise or get intentional movement for at least 15 minutes. Number 2, you're going to eat a low sugar, whole foods based diet. Number 3, you're going to drink at least 8 glasses of water. Number 4, you're going to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours every night. And number 5, you're going to practice 10 to 15 minutes of stress management, mindset work. And this can be meditation, breathing, exercise, journaling, etc. So here's success habit number 1. Obviously, we know the importance of exercise or movement, but physical activity has been shown to boost your mood and energy, improve your brain health, help you manage your weight. It can make your immune system stronger. It cuts your risk of disease, among others, including heart disease, some cancers, diabetes, and more.
You gotta get the food out here, right?
Strengthens your
Tomorrow.
muscles and bones, helps you live longer, makes it easier to do everyday activities. So the success habit number 2 is to eat a whole foods based diet. So we all know the importance of nutrition. And if you're listening to this call, of course, if you heard us in the gym, we say that 60 to 80% of your results are based on nutrition. And if you're on this call, I would argue that probably closer to 100%, at least 90 to 100% of your results are going to be based on nutrition. So a healthy diet is linked to helping you live longer. It keeps your skin, teeth, and eyes healthy, boosts your immunity, helps you achieve and maintain a healthy weight, supports your muscles, strengthens bones, lowers your risk of many diseases, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and more, helps your digestive system function, and supports healthy pregnancy and breastfeeding. So here are the 21-day nutrition guidelines. You're going to remove unhealthy ultra processed foods like chips, cookies, crackers, and anything made with refined flour or that includes sugar. Number 2, you're going to eliminate drinks with added sugar and caffeine, and this is going to include sodas, coffees, etc. Number 3, you're going to create a solid base of nutrition
Recording in progress.
Eating mostly lean proteins, vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, legumes, and whole grains. And number 4, You're going to be mindful of how much you are eating. This can be too little or too much, and listen to your body. The goal is to strike a balance so that you are eating the right amount for your body and your activity level. So as a bonus, some of you have done the 21-day detox before, but we're going to give you access to this information. You'll receive 2 playbooks that go over the 21-day detox information. So one is going to be the manual, the other one is going to be the recipe guide. But we also want to make sure we keep this simple. So if you followed the 21-day detox in the past, you're more than welcome to choose which level is going to be appropriate for you. But we're also going to give you this super simple detox meal guide. And it really can be this simple, where you're going to have roughly 4 to 5 meals a day. You'll have 3 high quality meals and then a couple of snacks. And those could be the .fit protein powder or BCAAs. And then obviously, the goal is to eliminate any refined or processed foods. Another bonus is if you don't want to follow the 21-day detox, you can also order meals directly through MyFitFoods. So if you go to our website, pgfit.com, you can click on the news tab and you can go to purchase MyFitFood. And once you create an order, you'll be able to get 10% off. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Success habit number 3 is you should drink at least 8 glasses of water a day. The U.S. National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine has reported that men should consume at least 15.5 cups or 3.7 liters of fluid every day, and women should drink or consume at least 11.5 cups or 2.7 liters of fluid each day. So success habit number 4 is you should get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. So the goal is to make time for sleep, so that the key is to look at your bookends. So look at the first part of your day and the end of your day, and make sure that you're going to bed early enough to make this really possible. And so sleep, as we know, it affects all 101 systems in the human body. But it can help, it can play a role in your hormonal fluctuations. It can cause weight gain, less immunity, blood sugar issues, affect your mood, cause inflammation, and then of course, affect your mental and your physical performance. So success habit number 5 is to practice breathing. We live in a world now where we have, back in the caveman days, when we were attacked by a bear, we would activate our sympathetic system, our fight or flight response. Nowadays, we're living in this sympathetic state all day long, because every time we receive a text message or a tweet or a like, or somebody cuts us off on the road, we're we're not able to fight or fight those bears, so to speak. And so the goal is to get back to a parasympathetic state, or the rest and digest system. So one of the best strategies to do this is to practice the Navy SEAL box breathing. So we used to do this in our group personal training classes, but the goal is to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes where you're practicing just breathing. And so you're going to breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, you're going to hold it for 4 seconds, and then you're going to exhale for 4 seconds and then hold it for 4 seconds. And this is one of the best things you can do just to lower your heart rate. Just by focusing on your breathing, you can lower your heart rate between 10 and 15 beats per minute, and it can help you get back to that parasympathetic state. So this is how the program is going to work. When we send out the manual, the playbook, you want to make sure to read that entirely. You want to watch for the your email inbox for the daily challenge tips. You want to make sure to take action and complete the 5 success habits. And each day you'll want to make sure to update the tracker, and we'll send that to you at the end of the day at 7 p.m. And then if you're not part of our private Facebook group, I would encourage you to join just for additional support. And one of the things you can do to help is to create a reward. So after you complete the challenge, you could get yourself some new exercise gear or a new shirt, or go on a weekend trip somewhere. But it's always a good idea to implement some reward after you've completed the challenge. So, and the most important part is as simple as these things are to do, they're really not that easy to do. And so you are going to slip up and you are going to get off track. And as Muhammad Ali said, you don't lose if you get knocked down, you lose if you stay down. And one of the things he also said is that he never liked his early morning workouts, but he loved being world champion. And I hope that you take that to heart, because you're gonna get knocked down, but the goal is to get back up. And as long as you continue developing these habits, you'll reach your health and fitness goals. So if you complete the habit tracker, even if you don't get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, for example, as long as you complete the habit tracker every day, you'll be entered into a raffle to receive the Hyperize Viper 3. So this is a $200 value, but we're going to be giving this away to somebody that completes the habit tracker. And one of the most important things you can do is to recruit your family members and friends to join the challenge with you. You're going to be 3 to 4 times more successful if you have a friend or family member that's part of the challenge with you. So please encourage them to go to this website and they can sign up for the challenge. Of course, if you're a member of PG Fit, the challenge is free. And then for any of your friends or family members, it's only $21. And as an added bonus, we're going to allow them to come into the gym for the next 3 weeks and try out our group personal training program. So that's the information that I wanted to go over. What I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to show you exactly how you can access this information online. So give me just a second. So everybody can see my screen. So the first thing you can do is you can go to pgfit.com. And like I said, you can hover over the news tab and you can go to purchase MyFit Foods. I went ahead and just pulled it up here so you could actually see this. But for example, you would go to the website and then you can put in whether or not you want a curated box or you want to order individual meals. And then if you click on that link, it'll automatically apply the PG Fit code and you'll be able to get 10% off. The other thing is, so this is an email that you'll be receiving, but this is how you can log into the member portal. You can also go to our website and then you can click on login over here. And once you click on login, it's going to redirect you to the membership portal and you'll sign in. And once you sign into the membership portal, you'll be able to access all of the playbooks that are available. And so the one that you'll be receiving is the 21-day habit challenge. So if I open the playbook, and of course you can do all of this from your phone and it's mobile responsive, but you can go through and read the manual. But then at the end of the day, once we start the challenge, you'll be receiving this habit tracker. And so basically it's just going to ask you a question and you're just going to answer yes and no. So it literally will take you about a minute to fill out. And like I said, as long as you fill this out every single day and we're able to track your progress, you'll be entered into a raffle for the Hyperize Viper 3. And then the last thing is, like I said, if you encourage your friends and family members to go to this website, pgfit.com/21-day habit challenge. This is where they can sign up directly for the challenge. So with that being said, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen and I'll turn my video back on. And so what questions do you have?
I have one.
Hi, Trish, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. So does MyFit Foods do macros now?
Oh, what do you mean? So they do track macros.
They do track macros? Okay.
Well, so they have the nutritional content on the packages.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's it.
So that's a great question. Yes. So, and what I like to do is I'll log my food into MyFitnessPal. And once you've done that a couple of times, then it keeps a record of which meals you're consuming. And so I personally have a MyFit food meal almost every day. So it's really easy just to go through and log my food Even sometimes I'll do it the day before, but it's really easy to keep track of it that way. Great question. Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
Michael,
So-
Lori put in the chat, please talk about alcohol.
So with the 21-day habit challenge, we're not asking you necessarily to give up alcohol. But what I can tell you is that if you are going to follow the detox program, we would encourage you to cut out alcohol for at least 21 days. So remember, there's 5 habits that we're focusing on. One of them isn't necessarily cutting out alcohol, but we definitely want to make sure that you're increasing your water intake. So if you are going to consume alcohol, for each glass of alcohol you consume, please add an additional glass of water on top of that. So the goal is 8 glasses, but if you're going to drink alcohol, then at least consume another glass on top of it. Vodka and soda.
Lori, you're going to have to double fist it. The vodka and soda and the water.
So what kind of clean food? So lean protein, a complex carbohydrate, and a healthy fat. So you want to think about PFC every 3, so protein, fats, and carbohydrates. So you want to think about consuming a lean protein, which if you're consuming a lean protein, you're probably going to be consuming some healthy fat, and then a complex carbohydrate. So what would be an example of that? Let's say for breakfast. Don't all speak at once.
Come on, Shan, this is your question.
Oh, egg and avocado?
What's that?
Omelette and avocado.
Okay. So let me share this with you again. So this is the super simple detox meal plan. But one of the reasons I like this is because it is simple. And if you think about it, if you look at breakfast, for example, most people alternate their breakfast meals between maybe 2 to 3 different options. Here we're giving you a total of about 5 options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But this would be exactly what I would follow over the 21 days. I would do the breakfast bowl. I would do protein shake after my workout, the salsa chicken with a salad, some BCAAs in the afternoon, maybe some, maybe some salsa chicken, and then for dinner, like the lazy pot roast. But there's several different options here that you can choose from. And then if you go to the recipe guide, you can actually see exactly how to cook and prepare those different meals. Does that help?
Yes, Mike. Yep. Thanks.
So
Okay.
back to the PFC every 3 principle. If we take the avocado, the omelet and the avocado, so that if we're looking at protein, so what would be considered protein?
Eggs, egg whites.
Eggs. So the egg whites would be 100% protein, but if you're using the egg yolk, that would actually be a little bit of fat, right? So there you would have your egg whites and your egg yolk, which would be your protein and fat. And then what could you do for your complex carbohydrate?
Vegetables.
There you go. Perfect. So you can add some vegetables into the omelet, and that's a well-balanced breakfast.
And Lori asks if non-fat Greek yogurt's a good protein source.
It's a great source. So if you're going to be following the detox, we would encourage you to eliminate dairy for 21 days, but that's going to be entirely up to you. Any
And
other
what
question?
about caffeine? We have a question about detoxing caffeine and how to handle the headaches that come from the withdrawals.
So that's going to be different for everyone, but my suggestion would be to switch to green tea, or you could do decaf for a week and then eventually wean yourself off of caffeine altogether. So it's just a matter of personal preference. Does anybody else have any questions or comments? It looks like Ray and Christian and Tammy are on the call. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say, or anything that you'd like to say about the 21-day habit challenge?
Okay, I'll go. Come on, guys. I think that I'm going to add a little bit of another step for me. I don't do caffeine. I don't do alcohol. I have good water intake, but there's so much more I could work on. So I appreciate the 5 that you put out there, but I might tweak a few of them to match my goals. And I just wanted to throw that out there in case anyone felt that this was a rigid type of approach. Make it work for you, whatever is going to help you along the way. And if you want to do the additional step of the detox in addition to the habit changes, then you'll get both of those playbooks. And the detox is literally an opportunity to cleanse your system from foods that are really hard typically on the body, or that are high allergen foods or stimulants. So any way that you do this is going to be a success for you. But if you're all in, then just look for the rest of us as support, and look to the Facebook group as well. We'll be sharing some insights and support there.
Great comment, Tammy. Thank you. Anybody else?
On the detox, is that going to be all grains is removed too for the 3 weeks?
So if you're following the 21-day detox, yes. So it just depends on which level you're following specifically, but ideally you would be cutting out grains.
Okay.
So the goal with the 21-day detox is to cut out any foods that can cause inflammation or bloating.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question. But like Tammy said, remember, this is your program. So that we're asking you to make sure that you're tracking the 5 habits that we mentioned. But when it comes to the 21-day detox, that's going to be completely up to you. I know for me personally, I'm still going to be eating at least one of the MyFitFood meals every day. So for some of you, that might be an easier option. But I would still encourage you to make sure that you're tracking your progress. That which can be measured can be improved. And so even when it comes to, for example, my sleep, I'll track my sleep on my Oura Ring and my Whoop. With my food, I'm tracking that through MyFitnessPal. So it's a matter of personal preference, but please just make sure you're keeping track of it every day.
Question for you. How much is that Woot?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. I think
I'll look
you
it up.
pay, I think it's $35 or $40, and then you just pay for the monthly service.
Yeah, there's a one-time fee, and then there's an ongoing monthly service. I don't recall what it was.
It's not super expensive though.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't, but I don't remember what the monthly service is. I think it was $10 or $15 a month, and I believe they've increased it this year. All right, well, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy evening to join us. If you do have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us on the private Facebook group, and we look forward. So remember, we're officially going to be starting the challenge on Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and send out the manuals tomorrow to everybody that wants to at least look through the information, and then you'll start receiving the emails on Saturday, and then we'll start so that we'll officially start Sunday. So you'll get the first habit tracker Sunday evening. So thank you very much for joining, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.